Hello and welcome to my channel. Let me just open up my, where's my phone? Open up my YouTube. Hmm. So I am making a master set in the style of Kamari. And while I'm sat here on my own, the boys have gone to play football. I thought I would go live and see if anyone's about. It is early on in the day. Leanne. Hello, Leanne. 7:30 a.m. Wow. It is 12:30 here now. The boys have gone to play football and I sat here making this, so I thought I'd make it on a live and hopefully have someone to chat with. And I do have Leanne. I'm not stalking you, I swear. Are you sure? I'm joking. It's nice to have you in. I thought I'd be on my own, but then it would be here for replay. So, hello, Dawn. 6:27 for you. Wow. It's 12:30 p.m. It's raining and the boys have gone to play football in the rain. So, working but pops up on your phone. Hello, Alison. Thank you for joining me. I thought lots of people would be working. It's midweek and it's midday, so I didn't think anyone would be here. So thank you for joining me. So I am making a new master set, and this was put into Suzanne's from Spinning Yarns Designs. Her group they were talking about this, and I came across it, so I watched Kamari's video. And Leanne says, I took this week off last week of summer break. I need a shower before I start canning again. Oh, nice. Nice week off. And what are you canning? So I watched it was a live stream. I've linked it down below. And I thought it was very interesting. My master set that I did with the cardboard, these is falling apart, like literally falling apart. So, oh, nice salsa. Enjoy. I grew tomatoes once and they're so smelly. I hate them. I don't even like tomatoes. I grew them for Jacob. But I didn't think it would work for me with the cardboard because it is very, I don't know, the one I've got at the minute is cardboard and it didn't really last, so I was a bit skeptical, but I decided to do it and so far it is looking amazing. So what it is, hold on, I'm not very prepared. My laptop's gonna die. Hold on. It is these homemade envelope style things. It is 2 pieces of cardboard. So I do have one here. So the cardboard I got was 200 GSM and folded it in half long ways. I have trimmed up mine. And then you put 2 of them together and tape the edges into like an envelope. And then the floss is put on with paper clips, and I'm making these little labels out of the cut off cardboard that was left over from trimming my A4. And then once they're full up on the cardboard, they go into, I bought this box, this like fabric box, and they are now lined up like this, and it is very neat and organized. So I'm really optimistic about this. So yes, I'm just making some labels. All the envelopes are made that I should need, and I'm doing the labels per floss card on my existing floss organizer, but that really is falling apart. And I'm thinking of doing this for my CXC as well. It is time consuming if you do want to do it. But if it works, then for me it'll be worth it. So I went out yesterday and got all the stuff. I got a big pack of card. Like I said, I got 200 GSM. Oh, my scissors are all sticky now with tape. And I got, oh, wrong one. I got, what else? Washi tape. A lot of these things you might already have. I think Suzanne's going to do it just for one project or like a little kit to try it because she likes using her floss drops. So, yeah, I thought I'll give it a go. Since mine's falling apart anyway, I've been umming and ahhing about what to do. I like the floss drop idea, but I don't want a rolling cart in right next to me. And there's too many to like go on like one binder ring or something like that. What other ones have I thought about? So I have the cards that I've got now, but I've got laminated ones from my CXC, which seem to be a little bit better, but I don't know if they're going to last long term. Hello, Chrissy. Evening, 9:32 in Brisbane here. Oh, well, I'm glad that we could get some Australians because usually the time zone doesn't allow for a lot of streams. So it's nice to have you. It's so weird that it's nighttime now. Oops. But yes, it is very time consuming. But I think the result could be game changing. And I got my little basket from TK Maxx. I actually went on a mission. So me and Sam went out yesterday. I just decided, right, I'm going to try it. So I went and got the stuff. And, oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad to have you. What are you up to? Are you stitching? Is anyone stitching? So we have a little retail park by our house. So we went there and everything was easy to get apart from the box, the bag thing. That was a mission. So we went in every single shop. But we did find one eventually in TK Maxx. And they have more of the same ones. So they had it in pink as well. But I was thinking, oh, the beige, not beige, but like linen colour will go in my front room. So, European View, nice. Is that European View? I know that one. But I can't think of it off the top of my head. Nice. I'm glad you're stitching. I've not stitched. I stitched yesterday. And then once I started making this, I won't put this down now until it's made. I won't I like to put everything away. So if this is not finished, then I will have to have this tray out with all these bits of paper, and I didn't want that. So I will stitch when this is done. And I'm working on my I Make Stitch kit. So I'm hoping to get that done before I go on holiday. Yeah, so they had it in pink and I was like, oh, it's so cute. And it was a bit velvety, not really velvety, but just a little bit. And it was so nice. It was like a dusty, darker pink. And I decided on the linen one, but if I do it for my CXC, I'll go and get either another linen one. But if I get the pink one, it'll be easy to tell the difference. And then they can both go on my shelf next to me and look nice and tidy. And also, the boxes that I have my needle boards in are now back in stock in Hobbycraft. I did see them yesterday, but I didn't pick them up just because I was already spending money on this stuff. So I can wait for that until I get back off holiday. And then it should all be organised. So I am getting some cuts and stuff on my, it's not a cut, but it's like a graze off the, what's that called? Tape dispenser. Well, it is cute. It looks really cute to like make it all yourself and have all the different colours. Kamari had the labels for this, the labels, like the diamond painting labels, which would have been very handy, but I didn't want to wait. So I didn't. But she did it at first with envelopes, and then she's replaced it now with this idea, and I think it's an amazing idea. I was thinking, oh, maybe to make it more sturdy, do it with floss drop, like the floss cards, the plastic ones, but then it would have been really thick. So I decided to try it with the cardboard, and it is pretty sturdy with the 200 GSM, and it's double lined. So I'm gonna start loading this one up. And some of these colours have a lot of floss on and some don't have a lot. So I don't know when I reload it up what I'm going to do, how much I'm going to put on it. Depends how it works. If it's... I'm trying to think if the CXC will be too fat on the paper clip. So you just put it on like a floss drop and then slide it on, and I like the label more to the top, and then you just tuck the ends in like so. And she used also thicker washi tape on the edges, but the shop didn't have that. They just had the thin one, so I've had to like make little plaster like go across that way as well because it was coming undone, but that should keep it in place, hopefully. But I like making it like the new master set. It's a long process. I think no matter what, it's a long process because there's just so many colors. But I like a system that is efficient. So like bobbins for me don't work. They work. I don't like wrapping them, especially if you've got a lot to do. If it's one or two, it's not so bad. And also I don't like, I like my floss pre-cut, and they don't go on the bobbins pre-cut nicely for me. Oh wait, that was 604. And then what other, also like leftover, so when you take your strand off, that strand can then go on the needle board if there's any left, but the other 5 strands, what do you do with that? It's just, I don't know, don't really like bobbins. I have tried them. Then also I've tried floss away bags. I did have them, they're too many to put on a ring unless you're doing it like kit by kit. And then when I did the full set, I did it as storage in like the fridge organizers or shoe boxes or whatever. And you need quite a few boxes, and they slide down, and even with the shelf liners and stuff, it's not perfect. What else have I tried? I've had floss drops, like homemade floss drops. I did cardboard ones. I used to sell them on Etsy actually. And one, they were quite annoying to make because I like a thick floss card. I don't like it to be bendy or anything like that. I like it to be sturdy. So I used to put like the patterned cardstock, whatever that's called, on top of like a thick cardstock like this and glue it together with some spray glue. And then I would cut them out and punch them, and that took quite a while. And then they just didn't work for me. Alison says, how many colours on one pack? So on my first couple, there's not as many because I did the labels a bit bigger. So on the first ones, there is 19. And then on the last one I did, some of them have a bit more. But let's see this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 on this one, but it is full. Yes. So between 19 and 22 for now. But these I've spaced out a little bit more. I'm not being super strict with how many are on it. Unless I need to... There might be less if you have more floss on it, like if you put a full skein on it. Some of these have more, like this 602 has a lot more than, say, this 581. But when I take from my backup master set, my storage, then I'll probably do half a skein at a time. And then I always know what's in my backup because it will be either a full or a half skein. And then I bought the Pip and Chip floss chips, but I didn't like, so say the floss drop was like that, the floss would always go like that. And they would hang funny because of the weight of the floss or where the hole was. So I didn't like them at all. So I got rid of those. And then I got the rails, which I don't like to stitch from, but I do like to use as storage. And hello, Amanda. How are you today? And then I did these floss cards that I got the idea from Yogi. And it works. I do like it. I like parts of it. I like that it's on the sofa next to me. It's very accessible and easy. But I don't like the messiness of the floss. This is going to hopefully stay all nice and tidy inside these wallets. And I put a bag on it, but the bag's like falling apart now as well and ripped. I could replace that, but and what else don't I like about it? That's it really, the messiness and because I did mine in cardboard, it's not really lasted. And now this, so hopefully this is the last version of a master set that I will have. Because we all want something that works. I don't mind upgrading and I don't mind evolving a system that already works. But when you start from scratch, like this has taken a fair amount of time. So I'm hoping it works. It looks promising. I'm very excited about it. And credit where credit's due to Kamari. I think she's very creative and yeah, it's a good idea. Very good idea. But we have to see it in action to see whether it's going to work or not. So there's another wallet done. And it's looking nice. I hope it's all going to fit. Might be a bit tight at first until I start using some. These are already made. I don't know if I'm going to need them all because I based it off getting 15 on them. So I'll have some left over, but I'll use them for the CXC one. But I'm hoping they do all fit. Now I'm thinking, what if they don't fit? I don't want 2 boxes. They might be a bit squished at first, and then once I start using them, because some of these do have full skeins on. But how pretty! Oops. So pretty. And any floss that is left, because I used to put, before I had my needle board, I used to put just the leftover floss on these, but I'm just getting rid of that. I cannot be bothered going through that and putting them on needle boards. But I had the single ones on this side and then double strand on this side, but it's just messy. So now I need to make another batch, or I'll do this one and then we'll make some more labels. So that's kind of how I'm doing it. Some labels. I did do all the envelopes all at once. And we'll get another wallet out. Oh, I need to washi tape. So as I said, these are coming undone. I should really have the thick one, but I didn't have it. So I'm just using some more thin one to, where's the end of this? To secure that down. So what do you all do? Does anyone have a master set here? Do you work from a master set? Do you kit up individually? What do you guys do? Don't give me any new ideas because I'm not starting again. And what do you think of this idea? Do you think it looks good? Do you think it might not work for you, or what? What are you thinking? I love this washi tape. It's like retro orange peels. I got like 3 packs of washi tape. Just so I had enough of, because this is the thin one, and then the thicker one, which is what I've used, is like this thick. So this is the thin one, and then this is the thicker one. Kamari has a really thick one, but the thick one's enough to use, kind of. But I just got a few different packs with different patterns. I got everything from the range, apart from the bag. Everything else came from the range. Because I figured I'll start in any crafty stuff. We have the range on that, on the Peel Centre, it's called the Peel Centre, it's a retail park. We have the range, and we also, there's other shops, but Craftwise, the range, and Hobbycraft, and the range is usually cheaper, so I always start in the range, and whatever I can't get from the range I go to Hobbycraft for. There's also a Home Bargains and a B&M, so you can get some crafty stuff in there. Let me just reach over for my drink. Oops. I'm still in my pajamas as well. So, Chrissy says, no master set, just a cobbled together mess, really. And do you have a lot of whips, Chrissy? Or do you just have a couple? Because it's easier if you just have a couple to not have a real, like, system. So this is a mess. I've got hair, I've got snippings, and this is just a little lap tray that I find so handy for little bits like this, so I don't have to sit on at the dining table. I can still sit on the sofa. And then Leanne says, I have like the rail system and work from it, but I always worry about dial-up changes. Yeah, I think I've seen yours. Do you work from that? Well, you do. You just said you do. I don't worry about dial-up changes so much because of full coverage, and unless it's really blocky. I mean, anything really blocky, I already have. I have kitted up, so I don't really. Anything newer that's using my master set isn't really blocky, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I've not had to be. I've heard some horror stories, so hopefully that never happens. And then Amanda says, I think I've tried all the things. When my master set starts to be used up, I'm going back to pulling directly from skeins. That works best for me. Oh, do you not find, I always think, what do you do when the skein gets skinny? Do the labels come off? And how do you store the skeins? Out of interest. And then Amanda's closest crafty store is 45 minutes away. To be fair, I don't use mine really often because I try not to buy any additional things. I used to do a lot, not a lot, but I started to get into paper crafting and planning and stuff like that. But I just preferred to stitch, so I did de-stash all of it. I've de-stashed so much, like I used to have a lot. So I try not to go because you end up collecting things that, you know, I don't really need. Alison says, I've got the acrylic box with my CXC, but I have another cheaper box and waiting on new file hangers for my Aerofloss. Nice. That's what I'm thinking, to get another filing system for Aero backup. But I'm not sure yet. And then making one of these for like a working set. And Chrissy says, just one full coverage on the go at a time at the moment. Lovely. Lovely. If I could go back, I probably would do the same. I still could, but I would miss them too much now that I know what it's like. But just like when I just worked on the Lion, I did get bored of it, and I was thinking, oh, have a good day, busy mum. Dawn's going to work. I hope it goes fast for you. What was I saying? I did get bored of the Lion because I was dreaming about other projects, and when I finished this, but also I think 677. The progress was so good. I don't really get that now. I get good progress, don't get me wrong, but not like a full coverage finish in a couple of years. Like a big one. These are hard to do. Oh. So Amanda says the labels do eventually come off. I wind the remaining floss on wooden bobbins just because they're pretty. Otherwise, I do a slip knot of floss around the label and leave it with the other skeins. Nice. I've seen people working from the skeins. I've always pre-cut, always. Do you know what I remember the very first DMC I bought? And I'm actually coming up to it. Every time I come up to it, I remember. And it is 703. It was the first ever DMC I bought. And I remember because I think I'm gonna have to cut more card because I have these to make labels with, but they're a bit dark. You can't really see the number as well as on the pastel ones. I was doing embroidery and there was a lot of, it was like folk art looking mandala style. And there was a lot of green for the leaves of flowers and stuff. 701. And before I used to just buy the packs of embroidery floss, the cheap stuff from Hobbycraft. I didn't know DMCX was a thing, or I didn't know anything about anything. Just that I had these embroidery things and I used to buy the cheap floss. And then I ran out of green. So I had to go, I went to Hobbycraft to colour match, but I just wanted one, like, I didn't want the full pack, I just wanted green. So I colour matched the green that I was using out of the thing, and it was 703. And that was the first DMC I ever bought. And I did think, one, it was more expensive, and I thought, oh, and then two, it was really nice and shiny compared to the cheaper floss. I also have floss drops, says Amanda. Lauran, a system similar to this, and this book system for cut lengths. I move around the house and take stitching out with me. I find a master set unwieldy. Yeah. So I take stitching out of the house or move around the house, but I don't take my master set anywhere. I have projects kitted up. God, I bought this tape dispenser and it's absolutely rubbish. It's already broken. I only bought it yesterday. It was already broken when I opened it, and the cutter thing is not very good. And it cut my thumb as well. But like, even when going upstairs, I mean, I could take my master set, but I just take something that's already kitted up. It's just easier. And then when I take any other stitching out, I just use, and it's something that's already kitted up and something smaller anyway. And you have bobbins too, but I really dislike bobbins. Yeah, bobbins. I mean, they work if your brain works like that. Like, they're so compact. They're so they could be so good. But I think for a lot of us, our brain just doesn't work like that. And there's pros and cons to every system. And sometimes if the cons are not worth the pros, then we just don't use it, do we? So I think that's what happens with bobbins. Because they do work. And they have some pros, but the cons are just too big for me. Like, it's hard to keep them neat and tidy. But I like that people can get a full set in like one of those double-sided case things. You like bobbins, Leanne, but she doesn't like winding them. Yeah, I think some people love winding bobbins. I don't mind. I didn't mind when I used to use them. But now that, like, when I get a big stash of floss in an order that's got like 100 colours that need topping up, would I want to sit and do 100 colours? Nah. And I'm quite particular. Like, I like it really neat. So I can't just like wind it on and just like have it all bumpy. I like the floss all lined up. I can't. I'm too. I don't know what the word is. One of my managers describes me as anal, and I think although I don't like the thought of being anal, I know I am, and it is such an annoying trait. But like I said about it on my last stream. Hi, Love Drunk. How are you? Are you still working on your new start? Very pretty. I like that one. I'd have to cut out the cats though. I would probably cut it like in half so that armchair's not in it. But I have been tempted on that one because I love the richness of the colours. But, I mean, I do cut out cats, like, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, economical and compact. They really are. They're just so, oh, I think I'm getting a blister. Oh, a callus. I'm getting a callus. Look. I don't know where that's from. Can you see it? I don't know where that's from doing this or whether it's from stitching. I think it might be from doing this. Well, it might be from stitching, but I've never noticed it before. And I usually use this finger when I'm stitching. I don't know. I'll see when something presses on it. And Love Drunk is working on her new start. The colours are great. It is such nice colours. Love Drunk's just started the, what's it called? Snowflake. The Rose Catherine Kahn one. It's the companion to Cozy Winter Book Nook, I think. 6 out her. Can't believe the boys have gone. Oh, it stopped raining now. There's something on, like, I think the AstroTurf is open for like 3 hours today. And Jacob seems to think that he's going to be playing there for 3 hours, but Sam is not going to stay there for 3 hours with him. 3 hours of football? I don't think so. 680. And my fingers, like, from the card, because it's like got that, you know, it's not dusty, but do you know what I mean? When you're working with a lot of paper, it's drying out my hands and my nails have gone a bit funny, but they do need cutting. I'm going to cut them and paint them tonight, ready for holiday. Or tomorrow, I might do it tomorrow. So does anyone watch Kamari? I never did before. But I did, because I always just thought, well, it's not in English. But then when I watched that video, I wanted to find out what she was doing. So I did the translation, and the translation was pretty good. And there is bits of these all over the rug. Sam's been picking them up. I said, well, just wait, I'll just hoover them all up afterwards when I'm done. And of course, he doesn't see. When I was trying to explain to him what I was making, he was like, glazed over. And when I was dragging him around the shop, I use my phone sat beside my iPad and use Google Translate. Oh, so your phone translates. I put on the CC auto translate thing, but do you use your phone to do the translating? I use my phone sat beside my iPad. Or do you use your iPad for stitching and the phone for watching? And I did a call out for some floss tubers, and I've got at least one that's not in English that I want to watch that said they have a floss tube, and it's in Dutch. So I want to watch that even though it's not in English. So I'll just use the CC. I have done it before with a French one, but I found I've got to watch it, and I can't just have it on while I'm stitching because I've got to read. My chat's going wild. There we are. Yes, it won't auto translate for me. Oh, on YouTube. I think it depends on certain videos, but I just pressed the CC and then it was in like what language it was in. I'm not sure. Is it Japanese, Chinese? I'm not sure. And then could be Cantonese. I don't know where she's based. And then it was in that, and then I had to I clicked the settings to auto translate to English because I could watch it and see what she was doing, but I could, when she was explaining little bits, I couldn't obviously understand Japanese. She's Japanese. But now that I know how to do that, I can watch her more often, which is nice. Especially when I can just watch without having to, without stitching. So that's that batch of labels done for the next card. So this bit is the easy bit where you just get to load on the floss and get to see it pretty. For some reason, I can auto translate to any language except English. I have no idea why. How weird. Mine only had the option for English. And then Love Drunk says, Ebony, are you organising for your master set? I am. I'm doing the Kamari's new master set thingy. But it's taken ages, so I thought I'll come on live. I'm on my own. I should be, well, I could be catching up on FlossTube because I'm way behind. But I watched a couple of videos already this morning, and then I thought Suzanne will probably go live this afternoon at some point in the next. I think she usually goes on 2:30 my time. So that it's 1 o'clock now. So I thought I could have a little bit of time on live. While I wait, I've got some stuff to do actually after this. I've got to start organising what we're taking, ready to pack tomorrow. I've got all my clothes. It's all in the dining room with the ironing board set up, and toiletries are starting to make their way downstairs as we don't need them anymore for like certain things, like certain hair things that I will take. I'm not using from now until we go, so I can start to pack stuff like that. So I'm gonna do a bit more organizing today and get outfits put together and stuff. It looks nice, thanks. It does look really pretty. I like the homemade look to it. The colors, the pack of cards came in with lots of these pastels and then also lots of these really primary colors. And the pastels are my favorite, so I'm trying to use them. And then the primary colors are the ones inside. And then I've used the pastel outside. 646. It would be really nice with patterned card as well. What am I doing? 647. But my little tray looks like a hot mess, doesn't it? These scissors, by the way, I love them for any like cutting floss, any bigger jobs. So not like stitching because they're quite big. For like embroidery. These are my embroidery scissors that I like. Well, I have a few pairs, but these are one of the pairs that I use. So you can see the difference. These are what I'd use for like stitching. But these, I'm going to have to clean them after because they've got tape all over them now. But they're so nice. They're from, I think they're from Temu. What have I done here? But they're just such a good scissor, like for larger things. So like when I'm doing a lot of floss, like when I'm doing a lot of floss organizing, that's what I use to snip all my floss. Oh, I don't even need tape. I'll stick that there. I was thinking, oh, I'll get a tape dispenser for like when I'm wrapping Christmas presents as well. I can use it, reuse it again. Because I don't want to buy stuff that I'm just going to use like for this or for one thing. I try and make do with what I've got. So I thought, oh, like I can use it for other things. And the thing is rubbish. And it was cheap, but still. And I cleared out. If I do get another one from a Aerofloss, make one from Aerofloss, I don't know where I'm going to get paper clips from because I took all of them. I think there was like maybe three packs left in the range. They'll have some in Hobbycraft, but they didn't have any anywhere else. They had the silver ones, the little ones, but these are like a bit bigger and they're colourful. But I bought 11 packs of them, these. And they were, I think they were 89p. So, I just think, I could order them online if I need to. Some of my floss is a bit, not dusty, but where's my drink? Hello, Barlow Bunny. How are you? So I've been doing this since like 9 a.m. And I started yesterday at, what time was it? Don't know, maybe 5 o'clock. So it's not a quick job. And I'm only at 676. I did do an order from Dream Stitch to get this is cotton floss love junk. This is Royal Broderie. There's some DMC, not much DMC in this set. Mainly Royal Broderie, and then I'll add Painting Fairy to this as well. And then Aero is currently on like Yogi's cards. But I don't add the felt to Yogi's. I don't need that. But like I said, if this, I'm pretty much thinking of switching Aero over to this as well. As long as it's not too fat, because the floss will take up a lot more room. And Barlow says, oh God, we have really heavy rain in Burnley. How about where you are? Well, it was raining before. And the boys decided to go and play football in the rain. And it's stopped now and the sun's come out, but it's on and off. When it is on, it's very heavy. Barlow says, you're the first person I've seen using paper clips. I think it's genius. This is not my idea. This is Kamari's idea. Her video is linked in the description box from where I got this idea from. And yeah, it works. Paper clips work. You could even have these hanging on a binder ring if you wanted to. With the label on there, and then use it like a floss drop. It is genius, I agree. I think it's such an economical way of doing it. This is all homemade. It cost me about £30 to get everything, so I didn't have anything, so I needed the card, the washi tape. I got plenty of washi tape, so I could have saved a bit on that. I got the tape and dispenser. I got all the paper clips, which I probably could have saved money on, but if I bought them online. I got the bag. This was like £7 of the money on bag things, and yeah, it cost me about £30 for everything. But I've got enough cards to do both sets, and I've got enough washi tape to do both sets. I just need more paper clips. So I think it's a very good idea. And I've never watched Kamari before. I didn't know her channel name. No, there's two. So when I searched Kamari, because I had not watched her either, there was another Kamari, which was someone else. Hers is Kamari Hade 88 or something. And I'd heard about her and stuff, but I'd never really watched her because it's not in English. But this was put to me, and it, well, not to me, to everyone. It was talking about it in the Discord group, and I just well, you weren't here, but I was skeptical of it working because it's made out of card. I was thinking, how can I make it more sturdy? I did like the idea, but I just was thinking, how can I make it more sturdy? So I was thinking of doing plastic floss cards, but then I could only have 10 in a row. So it would go deeper and take up a lot more room. I'm still unsure whether this is all going to fit in the bag. I'm hoping so. And this way, a lot of people will already have this stuff in. So you will have card or washi tape or whatever, and might not need to buy everything like I did. I did used to have everything, which is a very give them a squish. Yeah, I'm gonna let me see, when is that? Suzanne's just put a schedule out for going live, so I don't know when that's gonna be. But when she goes live, we'll stop over here and go and watch her. So yeah, it's more about like when I'm trying to get a piece of floss out. So I don't want it really loose where like they're flopping around everywhere. But when I'm like looking for a color, I need to be able to see the number and be able to get in and get the floss. But doesn't it look so lovely? Like it really does. But I can compact them in like this, and as I use floss up, it will get lighter. But there's still quite a bit of room in there. But it looks so nice. Honestly, it's the prettiest one I've had so far. I love it. But I was just saying it's very time consuming and labor intensive. Oh, bye, Amanda. They do look really pretty. I'm off to sleep. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining. It was lovely chatting to you. Have a nice sleep. And then Barlow Bunny says it's fabulous. What do you use, Barlow Bunny? And Love Drunk says, yes, it looks very nice. I like it. It does look so nice. And you don't have to do it like, you could use sellotape if you want. You could use playing card if that's what you've got. Since I was buying the stuff, I thought I may as well get the pretty stuff. And you can just customize it to whatever look you want, whatever basket you want. I think Suzanne's going to use a bag that she's made, which is amazing because handmade stuff is just the best. I just couldn't be bothered making it. And I would probably spend about the same amount of money on fabric too, because I've got the wadding or batting, but to get some fabric, the basket was £7, so it would probably be more expensive to buy the fabric. And then I didn't have to make it, it was already ready made. So she's gonna use that, And I think she's going out today to buy some bits, or she's been out to test it. I don't, like I said, I don't know what she's doing, if she's doing it for like, I think she was going to do it like for a kit or something. I think it would work really nice for a kit. If you have, I wouldn't do it for like multiple projects just because of, if you had these already made, maybe, and then you just had to make labels, you could do it. But it would work nice if you had just one or two kitted up that you just wanted all the floss together. Like Alyssa's got Pokemon, Epic Pokemon, where she's got it all the floss together in a bag. It could work for something like that pretty nicely. So that's another card done. And I'm just ripping the ends so I can get the floss card off without undoing everything. So I'm just ripping them. Some of them are already ripped. So like here, this ripped on this side, so I had to flip it over. But as you can see, it's starting to, this is going to rip any minute. Some of them have already ripped as I'm just taking the floss off. But you can see there's like stress marks. Here, this is going to rip pretty soon. And the bag is literally hanging off by a thread. It's not very tidy. I'm not being very tidy at all. Just try and tidy up a little bit. I think I'm going to be finding these little paper things for weeks. These little snip-offs. When you snip it, they go flying. Barlow says, my master set is bobbinated, but bobbins used like floss drops with the thread through the hole. They fit great into 3 Tupperware fruit platters. Nice. Do you use the normal plastic, like the DMC style bobbins, or do you have the ones that are made to be, because you can get the ones that are like hybrid floss drops and bobbins. But I find that hole tiny on a bobbin. So would you get a full skein in there? And then do you wrap it around after, because obviously you have the floss drop bit, but you can still wrap it around. Do you do that? So we're on 712 now. And this is all just eyeballed, so trimming the cards down. I didn't really measure anything. I just kind of measured what would fit in my basket with a little bit of room. And then snipped one and then just used that as a guide for the next one and so on. And then these are just done by eye. These are just the snip-offs. So if they look about right, I'm using them. And then if they look a bit bigger, I'll fold them a little bit more. 720. I was going to use my label maker for this, but it needed new batteries and I didn't have the right size batteries. So I'm just handwriting them. And that's fine. I can read my handwriting. I might get those stickers that Kamari's got at some point, depending. Like the DMC colours. And yes, normal plastic bobbins. I have the lovely stickers for the numbers. Oh, nice. That's what I'm thinking of getting. You can get them off Amazon, can't you? Like the cheaper ones. Because you can get like the fancy ones, the vinyl ones that are from like Pip and Chip. I'm thinking where to get my rails from if I decide to get them for Aero, because Pip and Chip are quite pricey and there is like other brands that you can use. But the thing about Pip and Chip is I can get I think I'm trying to think. Sorry, I'm thinking while I'm talking. They can, because they fit in that box with the rail. They give you like a rail to put on the side of the box from IKEA. So, but I'm sure Catherine Stitch. Oh, I've done that number twice. Let's see. Can I fix it? Hold on. Catherine Stitches bought an extra set of rails because so she had more room to flick through. I think she just emailed them and they sold her them. So I could just get another set of rails and then use like generic acrylic ones or whatever. But would they fit? Would they fit? I don't know. 7, 2, 8. Aren't these colours so pretty? So we went to the retail park twice yesterday. Hello, Nikki. Mine are Pip and Chip. They are luxury though. I could have managed with an Amazon substitute. Yeah, mine are Pip and Chip. They were pricey, but they're very nice. And when I got them, there wasn't as many options as like what there is now. You could get like the wooden ones and stuff from Etsy, but usually the shipping's more and stuff like that. But I like with Pip and Chips. I mean, they've already got the numbers on. I do like them, and I like that they're white. 732. So do you have yours in a filing cabinet or do you have yours in the IKEA box? I was influenced by a floss tuber. It weren't me. I love mine though. Like, I really like them. Girl, bye. This has took me forever. I've got cuts. I've got a callus. I might start a service. Pay me. Shower me in charts and floss and maybe. It is a lot of work. You could do it bit by bit, but I just never do anything bit by bit. It's quite annoying. Because if I put this down now and went to do something else, I would never come back to this and I would end up throwing it away because it was a mess in my house. So I just commit and get it all done in one go. But I think that callus is from this because it's sore and I think it's a blister from whatever. I wanted to say we can pay Ebony to do this for us. No, I think it was Catherine Stitches. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I think I might have influenced Catherine Stitches. Oh, I think it's from the scissors. I need to stop holding them. Yeah, I think it's from the scissors. Oh my lord. I wanted to say we could pay Ebony to do this for us. I would buy a fully organized master set from you. Guys, I never agreed. Imagine this being your job. Oh my god. That's not that fun. It's fun to make your own because, like, kind of fun. Because I'm excited to use it, but... Oh, do you know? It's not my idea of fun. Do you know what I mean? It's like kitting services. I just think the idea, because I used to love kitting up my projects and then it wore pretty thin and now I don't kit. But it's like anything. I used to make bags and stuff and sell them. And sewing used to be my hobby, but as soon as I started having to do it to make money, I didn't have to do it to make money. I had to do it like once I had orders and stuff. I didn't enjoy it anymore and I stopped doing it and I stopped sewing. You seem to be really enjoying it though. I am. No, I am, but I'm ready for it to be done. Do you know what I mean? It would be easier with them stickers because I could just stick them on in like a row and then mass cut them. But these, I'm having to do them individually. Nikki, what time is Suzanne's stream? Do you know? And have you been using your new stand? It looks nice, that stand. Very nice. Oh, that one flew away. 6:30. Wait, her time. In an hour. All right. Wait, is that your time? 6:30 what? AM? Jeez. It's 1:30 here. So yeah, 2:30 is her regular time. I'm gonna redo that one. That's ugly. Yeah, well I'll my time AM. Wow, very early. Someone else is early too. Catherine Stitches got rid of hers, I think. Barlow. Don't think she likes them. Yeah, there's got to be an easier way to make these labels. They are pretty sturdy though, because I've just been doing them wrapped in tape, and it's the strong card, so they're pretty like they're not flimsy and they're not gonna like just fall apart. It was only this. Oh yeah, you just bought the stickers. Yeah, they do. They are nice stickers. I should have eaten before. I just decided, right, I want to film. I did have some cereal this morning, but it's nearly 2 now. Well, it's coming up to 2 in 20 minutes. And then I always, every time I'm on either live stream or video in, my belly's rumbling. Oh, yeah. Your stand is similar with the frame part. Yeah. I wish mine had the hoop attachment. That would be amazing. Because I can't use a hoop on mine. So if I was to use a hoop, I would use my lap stand, which I do use my lap stand. I use it for my bedtime stitch. So Sweet Summertime just lives on there, but I could use a hoop in that, but I couldn't. But how does the scroll frame go on that? Because it looks pretty fixed on. Like, can you only use certain scroll frames? Or can you use any? Is it just like mine with the dowel to hold it up? I love my stand. Like, I do love it. It's very well made. It works better with Q-snaps and scroll frames though than it does with the Nerge hoops because of the thickness of the Q-snap. It sits nicely, whereas the Nerge can move around a lot because they're so light and thin. I was looking at getting a Painted Fairy scroll frame. Oops, a smaller one. And even a bigger one for a bigger project, but I don't know. I can't commit. I don't know why. Like other frames and stuff and stands, but there's something about them. I don't know. Can't commit. It has grooves between it and it squeezes it so you can use any hoop. Oh, in the hoop attachment. What do I use? I have the Needle Needs Necessaire stand. It's made in England, so if you're not in England or in the UK, it might be difficult to get. And they're all custom made as well, but I didn't wait that long for mine. I know I've seen some people were waiting a long time, but I must have ordered at the right time. Mine was a couple of weeks. And it's very well made. It's very good for scroll frames. Very good. And then I have a lap stand, which is a Case Creations Z lap stand, which I love as well, which I used to use that all the time. I used to use that for everything. But I wanted something to fit my scroll frame on because my scroll frame was too heavy for the Lowry. It was, obviously you can't put it on a lap stand. Nikki, are you doing this? I've seen that you bought paper clips, but that was before I even knew what this was. Oh, you use the floss rails, don't you? Oh, you could do it for your arrow. Is that what you were saying? What's in your scroll frame? My chatelaine. Evening in the Park. I was kind of, let me switch this to my phone. Yes, I'm doing it for the arrow, but I keep procrastinating all. Just do it. That's Suzanne. Sorry. It is a lot, I gotta say. But you have a craft space, so you could have it ongoing. I did not. I will probably do another one for the arrow. I did order a full set of arrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the arrow and match it to my CXC, and anything that doesn't match, I'll just replace with the arrow. Apart from, on my secret stitch, there's a lot of 3770, which I've used already a lot of. And I've got a feeling it's a bit more orangey in the CXC. So I will put that on its own flush drop and use that for, just for that project, because I can't change that now. But I've got like 3 weeks off work, yay. So after I get back off holiday, I will do the other set of this. Because if I leave it until I go back to work, I won't do it. I will not do it. I did do some decluttering yesterday, which was really nice. In my bedroom, I declutter often. But I've not done any in my bedroom. That's a good idea, going through Aero. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to, because I've already got WIP started with it. And then I can just start with the Aero, like start fresh with Aero. Because some of the ones I haven't really used or like it's in Confetti, so you're not really going to notice. But the big blocks of ones I'll just keep on a separate flush drop. Yeah, I did some decluttering, which I do all the time, but I've not done my bedroom in ages. And the rest of the house, there's not much really to declutter. The only rooms that could ever really be decluttered are the kitchen, with just like knickknacks, that gadgets and stuff that I don't use anymore. And the bedrooms. Everything else is nothing to declutter because there's nothing in her. And I try not to buy anything that is going to be a future declutter. I'm quite considered these days. So yeah, I don't want another set, Nikki, as well. So I don't want, that's why I'm adding my Painting Fairy to this. I'm not going to have Painting Fairy and Royal Broderie and Aero and CXC. That's too much for me. I just want one of each, one cottons and one, whatever they are, eco cottons. I could do more in my bedroom, but I'm gonna wait until we get back off holiday because some products and stuff, do you know where they're just like near the end and like for some reason I get to the end of near a product and then I just don't use it because I think, oh, it's gonna run out. And then I just stop using it and then it's just like a nearly empty bottle. Too much to get rid of, but so when we go on holiday, I'm gonna take all the things that are like nearly all gone and then just use them on holiday and not bring them back. So then when I did under the bed, we have an ottoman bed. So it's mainly, we have bedding under there, but only backup bedding. I'm not a bedding collector anymore. I used to be. I just have my set that I use. I wash it, I put it back on. So it's always the same set. And that's just all white. And then I have a backup set in case like we're ill or anything. So we have a backup set which just never gets touched. And backup towels. Like one each in case something ever happens. Then what else is under there? Keepsakes or memory box. We have a big box, well, a biggish box of memory stuff, a lot of stuff from when Jacob was a baby. Went through that. That was nice to go through. And then shoes. I have a lot of shoes, a lot of trainers. I'm a trainers girl. Hi, Suki. How are you? We're just making a master set. I have a lot of trainers. So I could do, I don't want to get rid of them, but I do need to start just wearing less variety and wearing some out. Sorry, I'm thirsty. So we've got trainers and we have 2 shoe racks downstairs. We have a shoe household. I think I got rid of 1 pair of boots, which I'll give to charity because I've only ever worn them once. Or I might see if my sister wants them first, but I don't think she will. And then seasonal clothes goes under there as well. Let me get a new wallet out and get some washi tape. So see, it's coming undone already. We don't want that. So definitely get the extra thick one. I might get the extra thick one for the Aero set. But this should work. So anything wintry is under there at the minute. Winter coats and stuff like that. So I went through that and decluttered a few bits and bobs. Not a ton, because they are things that we need and like the functional things that they're just out of the way under there. And then I do need to go through some of my clothes and get rid. Usually getting rid of clothes usually for me is white tops that aren't that white anymore, that I can't get white. Or yeah, it's mainly white, so I just think it's a bit grey. They had loads of nice stuff in TK Maxx yesterday. Loads of nice home stuff. Because there's the home sense upstairs. And they had loads of nice clothes. Jacob bought a jumper and a t-shirt. One was like a Japanese brand t-shirt. It was so nice. They had it in black and in off-white. And I would have had it I would have bought it if it was in my size. And my son wasn't buying it. I think I'd embarrass him if I bought the same clothes as him. It was just like an oversized tee with like Japanese, like the logo was in Japanese writing. It just looks so nice, smart, like tidy, clean and tidy. And They had loads of good like underwear, and sometimes you go in and they don't have much of anything, but they had a lot of stuff that was nice. I think Sam bought some socks. I bought some underwear. Then we went back later on and got the basket, and they had loads of nice baskets and stuff. That is something I used to hoard a lot of, would be storage baskets. I have a lot in the cellar. A lot, the ones that I kept, a lot of them are plastic, so I keep them in the cellar, and then when a new organizing thing comes into my head, I have a little stash of them. And then that organizing thing will last for a little while, and then I don't really want to do that anymore. So then I empty it and put the box back in the cellar. And it's literally, that's how it works. Because like, it can be simple organization. Like we went to Costco and got the popcorn in the small bags, proper corn, low calorie, whatever it is. And it was in a massive box. So we put it in one of the plastic, not Tupperware, but the plastic storage boxes, and it could fit in the cupboard that way. But now we're not buying that anymore, or we're probably not going to buy it anymore. So the box has gone back in the cellar, ready for the next thing I'll use it for. A lot of they were all bought for crafting storage. I bought, I think, maybe 15 of them, and they're like curver, decent size, like rattan effect ones, and they come in handy. But I bought loads from quilting fabric. I had a lot of quilting fabric. I had a lot of sewing supplies, all the notions and stuff that you collect. I used to be in a subscription box from the Fat Quarter shop where you would get different notions and fabrics. Oh, it's okay, Suzanne. I'll be in yours when you start yours. Don't worry. Thank you for joining. I did try and put a link in the Discord, but you know I have trouble starting a live, and it then deleted my live, and I don't know if it went into the Discord or not. I have trouble with technology. And then what else did I used to do? English paper piecing. So that had its own box with them suppliers. I used to use my scraps from quilting for that. And I did make a bag actually out of that. I'm still making this set, Suzanne. I'm up to 729. And here's my thingy-my-bobs. Envelopes. Get the thick tape if you do this. And then here's my bag. Look at it. It looks so neat and tidy. How long are your strands? Mine are a meter. No, half a meter. Half a meter. In fact, because I cut them in 8 and then again in half. Yeah, it deleted my live, and then that thing didn't work anymore, and I just thought, oh, I'm not scheduling it. I'm just doing it now because I knew I wanted to join your live, so I didn't want it to be too late where I was like in a rush, and the boys are out, so you've not missed much. Just me waffling on. And Suzanne says that looks super good. It does, doesn't it? I love it. I actually think it looks amazing. Will you get time to stitch today, Ebony? I hope so. That's the plan. Well, I'm gonna finish this, and like I said, I've got other things to do. Welcome back. Did you enjoy your shower? I need to shower. I'm still in my pajamas. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still in my pajamas, and it's quite humidish. So with this lap tray on my lap, I'm warm, and the windows are shut in case there's any noise outside, so I'm getting warm. And I have my dressing gown on, which is not helping, but it is just a thin one. Yeah, I've got a couple of things to do, but dinner's super easy tonight because we have tortellini again. So it's just a few minutes in boiling water, and I make a little tomato sauce with some garlic and basil and some herbs, and whack it all together, and it easy as that. We've actually had that's going to be dinner for 3 nights, because we were going away. We just wanted something easy that was just in the fridge, not a lot of ingredients. It's literally just the tortellini and then the tomato passata that we use. And we didn't want to buy anything like that was fresh, that if we weren't going to use everything, it would go off. So we've got that for 3 days, but it's really easy. It takes like 5 minutes. I just showered. I'm a late day starter. I mean, usually I use my shower, like if I'm working, then I like to get up early, get myself sorted, and have some time to stitch and prepare any dinner that I'm going to take or whatever. So I like to get up early regardless. I woke up late today. I was so tired this morning. I felt not great in the morning, actually. I felt like I'd been hit by a bus. I had really vivid dreams last night. I don't dream all the time, but when I dream, they're so vivid and they freak me out. So we need to make more labels. They say that when you dream, you're in a good sleep, but I feel awful when I dream in the morning. So I was really not feeling good this morning. And then, but I do typically like to get up early, and I feel like make the most out of my day, but then I go bed earlier, so I don't think it really matters. I'm an early riser, and then I had a bad dream, so I woke up freaking ready to fight. That was like me. It's weird. I could remember my dream this morning when I first woke up, but I don't really remember it now. I don't think it was a bad, like a nightmare. I don't know. They feel so real, my dreams. Like, so like whatever I was feeling in my dream, I wake up feeling. But I don't dream often. But I don't like dreaming often either. But I wasn't in a good mood this morning. But you guys have cheered me up, so thank you. But like any housework I like to get done in the morning. Like if I'm cleaning the whole house, because usually, I mean, I keep on top of the house through the week, but like when I do a clean, I'll clean everywhere. And then I like to use my shower as like a breakup. So I do all my cleaning and jobs and stuff. And then I'll take a shower. And once I've had a shower, that's it. I'm chilling. I'm stitching. Do not disturb. No, don't. Because I'm not going to be on for much longer anyway. By then I would have been going for a couple of hours, so don't worry about it. I only did it while I waited for you. So yeah, don't do that. And I'll have to stay on. So I'll just be doing this anyway while you're streaming. Maybe I'll get to chat a bit more. I'll watch on my laptop. Because sometimes I chat, it depends if I'm stitching or not. I was just saying as well that I think I want to do this for my aero when I get back off holiday. 7. When I've got over the trauma of making the thing. 754. Oh, 3 greens in a row now. And the cardboard is very sturdy. I worried over nothing. 760. I'm getting coffee then setting up. Nice. I need a coffee. I'll make one after. I don't know what time the boys are coming back. I need to do some cleaning, but I don't want to, says Leanne. Neither do I. I need to hoover 100%. I don't need to clean. I just need to give the bathroom a wipe over. Because it was just done, but just a wipe over before we go. And then I will hoover and just a wipe down. Nothing major. But we just got a new hoover and it's amazing. I love it. It does. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's corded. But corded hoovers are just so much more powerful and last longer, in my opinion. So it's just annoying going from cordless to corded. It feels like an extra step, but it is an amazing hoover. Oh, did you? I found the rest of my floss drops, ordered them, so I'm good for now. Nice. I'm so glad because you really like that system. Where did you get them from? UK Amazon? I seen them on there. They were like £6 something. Because I was looking for floss cards that were longer, but they only have them really long, skinny ones, which I don't want. So that's how I came across these things on Amazon. Barlow Bunny says, I'm supposed to be decorating, but I decided to stitch instead. Yes, decorating. Ugh. Decorating's got to be done when you're in the mood for it. It just takes forever because when I decorate, I do the decorating. Sam's not great at that. So I will do like, oh, I want to retouch up the living room. And then I'll start doing that. And then I think, oh, well, the woodwork needs doing. So I do that. And then I think, oh, but now the dining room looks a bit rubbish. So I'll do that. And then before I know it, the whole house is getting done. And I'm just a neutral girly. So it's all just neutral. But still, it's still a lot of work. Jeez. And every time I think, I'm not doing the whole house, I end up doing the whole house. It's just not long been done though, at the beginning of the year. And that should be it now until we move. So yeah, stitch Barlow. I agree about hoovers. I've also gone back to corded. Yeah. Oh, you got them off AliExpress? Nice. And Leanne says, I have a corded one too. Took me a second to figure out what you were talking about. What I got. Oh yeah, hoover, vacuum. We just call it, everyone in the UK just calls it a hoover. No one calls it a vacuum. I don't know anyone that says vacuum. We just call it a hoover, but we know it's a vacuum. It's just, I think it's just habit. We all do. So yeah, when I say I'm gonna hoover, I'm gonna vacuum. It's like I think you don't say as well. Well, there's a few things that I say that. So, like when we're having tea, I mean dinner, we say tea, and then we say dinner for lunch. But I think that's, I think that's more. I think that's quite a northern thing. I don't think southerners. I think they say breakfast. I think they say breakfast, lunch, then dinner. And then, well, where I'm from, we say breakfast, dinner, and then tea. But then tea is obviously a cup of tea as well. In your American slang. In Ohio, they call them sweepers. If you said sweepers to me, I'd think a sweeping brush. It's definitely a northern thing. I think it is, Barlow. I think southerners say dinner and breakfast, lunch and dinner. So when I say we're having for tea, I mean dinner. But then obviously I say like if it's a cup of tea, I'll say cup of tea or a brew. There was something else. Oh, doing the washing. So you say laundry. I would call it washing. I would never say laundry. I say laundry on YouTube. That's it. Oh, right. Oh, so do you call it not coded? Wait? What were you figuring out then? Wired. Wired means off your head in this country. Um. Yeah. So what was I saying? Washing. Yeah, washing's laundry. And then if it's the dishes, we'd say washing up. But washing is you have your posh speak for YouTube. I do. It's my telephone voice. It's how I speak to the people on the phones. If someone phones in work, this is how I speak. And then if like a company phones me, I'm like, hello. But that's not my actual voice. Because you learn early. What else do we say? We obviously we don't notice it, but because I watch a lot of American floss tubers, I think I notice it a bit more. EastEnders, yeah. Well, they're Southerners though, so they would this obviously they say a lot of the same slang words, but they also um don't say all the same ones as like us up north. They have their own slang kind of, but you'll get a lot from there. EastEnders is good. Northern soap opera is Emmerdale and Coronation Street. They're northern. Um, what else do we say? Don't know. But they're the ones I notice. Laundry is a big one. But like if I was gonna go and do the laundry, I'd say like I'm gonna put a wash on. What are you procrastinating about? Everyone's procrastinating today. It's a lazy day. I use start the wash sometimes. Yeah, start the wash. Put a wash on. Wash the pots. Need to set up, but chatting is fun. Oh, bless you. Yeah, but once you set up, you can just chat with your voice and not have to type. It's so much easier. Unless you're using voice to text. And coffee. Yes, that's the first thing I want to do when I get off stream is make a coffee. Um, why did I start at the bottom? Yeah, I'll say do the pots. Go and do the pots. Would never say go and do the dishes. Even things like it doesn't on YouTube. You say things like storage boxes or like storage boxes. Use called bins, but obviously a bin here is the rubbish bin. So when I'm with my sisters and I've been watching a lot of FlossTube or organising stuff, I will say, oh, I just bought loads of bins. And they'll be like, why have you bought loads of bins? And I'm like, oh no, I mean storage boxes. Well, the bin is just the bin. the rubbish bin. There's definitely more. Other than like the ones everyone knows, but there's more things that I think I use storage box. Yeah. The bin. So do you call the bin, or do you call it garbage or trash? I say like I'll put it in the bin. When Jacob was younger, he used to say garbage because he watched a lot of American cartoons. And we always say, "You're not American." Say it properly, you're not American. You'll hear every parent saying that in the UK to their kids when they come out with American terms. Garbage can. Put it in the garbage. Yeah. Garbage. Garbage disposal. No, it's a bin. Even like the bin men that come and get the bins, the bin. We don't use bin for anything else. Like them storage boxes or anything, they're not bins here. But I do say it every now and then because of yous. Trash is trash can or garbage can. So is it an actual can? Because in Desperate Housewives, they have them old-fashioned bins that are like a can, like a big can. We don't have them here. We have ours are plastic bins, like yeah, they're quite slim and tall. Speak English. No, just don't. Why are you speaking American? Oh, we'll say oh, he thinks he's American at the minute. There's a girl in work. She's English and she always speaks in an American accent, and I don't know why. Manny plastic, but it's an old name for it. Right. So it's just like what it's called. I would have to send you a picture of ours. Yeah, you're gonna have to. In Desperate Housewives, they have them cans with the lid. And I think they used to have them here in the olden days. But I love Desperate Housewives. I mean, I don't think that's what America's like, all America's like, but it's my favorite American show. I just love it. I need to rewatch it again. I'll rewatch it like every I'll say 12 to 18 months. I'll watch it again. But when I'm watching Desperate Housewives, no floss tube gets watched. So it's a bit rubbish. We do use bins for eyeglasses up north. Bins for eyeglasses. Maybe you are too young to have heard that. My granddad used to say, oh yeah, bins. Like, yeah. We say that, like it's slang term for glasses. Where are my bins? Where are my bins? Yeah, we do say that. Binoculars, maybe. Maybe. Sam says weird things though, like they say weird slang that I've never heard of. Like they'll call they don't all say it, but Sam and his dad will call the TV the Nelk. I've never heard that before. They say, do you know if you're like a cold person, like you're always cold, they call it Nesh. I've never heard that either. They call the football the Togger. It does make sense. I think it might be. Or like if someone says I can't say, we'll be like, well, put your bins on. Slang's weird though, isn't it? Because no matter where you go to, if you move to a different area, then the slang's different. But it makes me laugh with the American English versions because I think most of my viewers are American. Like they must hear the British slang words that I come out with and think that's so British. Or maybe I'm not that British. Language is so fun. I love learning different words. Yeah. Those are all weird. They are, aren't they? I think it's a Stockport thing. Because it's not a Manchester thing. But there is localized versions of everything, isn't there? Especially with kids. Kids ones are just like the trends. I could tell your accent to start with. That's why I asked where you were from. Yeah. Ugh, horrible accent. It's so fun to hear people call different things different names. Yeah, I do. Like a lot of the American ones we hear a lot on TV from the north and the south. Yeah. Well, the southern accent. So, Sam's dad's partner, she's from Kent, and so is her family. So, but they obviously live up here. So they've got a really strong southern accent. But in a lot of like films what we watch, we hear the southern accent a lot, like or like EastEnders. That's obviously in London. But a lot of like London Cockney gangster films, you'll hear it a lot. And then the northern accent is, I mean, even between north and south, there's still so many accents because, like Burnley, like for example, speak different to me. I'd say they're really northern the way they speak, and Bolton, they speak different. Bolton, they say, but I like, and then there's Newcastle, which is like northeast, and we're northwest. My favorite English accent is probably, I love the Scouse accent on men. I love it. But I do like Liverpool. And then I like the Welsh accent, but that's not in England. Chair instead of chair. 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 We've got, I mean, the series North and South in the book, Elizabeth Gaskell. Oh. Oh. I don't know that. Is it a classic? I'm not good with classic books. There was a lady that I knew from Yorkshire, her accent was so strong. Then she also lived in Denmark for years, so it was near impossible to understand her sometimes. Yeah, it is hard when people, like, it's a mix of accents. Because you hear, like, a little twang. That's another one done. One of our friends' girl who's got with a girl recently. Well, kind of recently, and we've just met her recently. And she's from Accrington, which is like north, and she sounds so northern to me. Have to see it. I'll look it up. If it's period, I'll like it. I'm stopping typing. Okay. As soon as I see, I'll end actually. Wait, are you due at past? If you're due at past, then I'll go at 20 past, 25 past. And I need to eat anyway. I'm really hungry. Why am I always hungry when I'm filming? Oh, I got a comment saying that they didn't like that I drank coffee on my floss tube, which made me a bit sad. I get it though, mouth noises are annoying for people. So do you, oh yeah, you're going now. Well, I'll see you soon, Suzanne. No. It wasn't a bad comment. It wasn't a bad comment at all. But then I thought about it. Not a lot of people do drink on the floss tube because I think for the same reason. Burnley accents sound very unintelligent. There's worse ones. I think mine can sometimes, like, it sounds a bit dumb, but there's worse ones than Burnley. Burnley's not that bad. Burnley's a bit like Bolton, and Is Burnley Greater Manchester? Oh, what have I done? These worse ones like Birmingham can be quite bad. Not me though, I don't sound dumb at all. Good. Bradford can though, I think. Some of because they can be quite slow speakers as well. Like in the pronunciation. East Lancs. Oh yeah. Because Bolton's northern Greater Manchester. I've been to Bolton, it wasn't great. I've been to Bolton twice actually. Or 3 times? No, twice. 3 times maybe. The first time I went to go to the market, Bolton Market, because I thought it would be like Berry Market and it wasn't. It was rubbish. And then we went to watch a pantomime. And then what else did we go for? Oh no, it was just twice. But the boys do go for football if they're playing Bolton. They're their arch nemesis. Oh no, I've got that mixed up. I've got it all mixed up. This is how the wrong floss colours end up on the wrong thing. Dang it. When I say dang it as well, that's off Desperate Housewives, the way I say it. Because Mike says, dang it, Susan. And I love it. So now I just say, dang it. I'm going to go in like 5 minutes. And Suzanne will be streaming Spinning Yarns Designs. She streams most afternoons, if not every afternoon. 762. Do you know 762 is actually one of my least favourite colours to stitch? I would rather stitch white. I don't mind light colours most of the time, but I do not like stitching with this colour. And I don't know why. Oh, I'm so excited. Don't you just love new organisation? And then Chrissy says, it's so interesting that a country the size of England has so many variances in their dialects. It really does. We have so many accents. Like, and they're so broad as well. They're not just slight changes. They're so different. You get similarities in more local areas, but if you can go from Manchester to Liverpool to Newcastle to Birmingham, London, Somerset, anywhere. Oh, I forgot to put extra washi tape on this one. And they're all completely different. That one was a bit long. Which is Liverpool accent. Scousers, we call them. And some London, some is annoying. Will all yours fit in your box or will it be tight? Do you have to take them out to pull a strand? No, you don't have to pull it out to do a strand. You can just do it from the top. So I think it is going to be tight because I'm only at 700s and I've still got all this to go. So I think maybe I'm going to have to reduce the amount of floss that are on them. And I don't have a needle. Wait, I do have one in here. So to pull a strand, then I can just pull it from the thing. I don't want to pull it all the way out, but from there, I don't have to pull it out. But I would like some room so I can flick through and see, but not too much room where they're falling over. So I'm thinking it's going to be tight to start with, and then, but some of these are pretty hefty, and then some of them are pretty small. So if they were all about this size, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. These are all pretty fat. But we're at 700, and I don't know how many envelopes I'm gonna need. So I've got, wait, I can estimate. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 240, 270. 270, and I'm getting about, how many am I getting on a card? About 20. So we'll round that to 280. It's 14 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's looking like I'm gonna need all the cards. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's only 10 of them, and it's pretty much halfway. So we're going to be tight to start off with, for sure. It's going to just fit, I think. Maybe a second bag. A bigger box, would that be easier? The thing with the bigger box is the bigger you get... Oh, look. I might take this back. Can you see that? I'm going to take this back. But they had another one. Oh, you can't see it on the camera, but look, there's a little hole there. I'll take this back. The thing with a bigger box is it's never in the right way, so it gets deeper and bigger. So they're actually massive the next size up that I could find. And I don't want two boxes. This is a reasonable size box, and it's gonna sit next to me on the sofa. So I think it will be tight to start with, and I think it will be okay once we whittle it down to maybe half a skein or less. I think that's going to be the key. And you have the 3 sizes to do. Hello, Lizzie. Welcome in. I'm just about to go because Suzanne's just about to start as well. Yeah, so I have the 700s, 800s, 900s, and then 3000s, 3300s, 3700s, 3800s. But like I said, I think once they get used, like all the first, I'd say 4 sleeves are all full skeins pretty much. But I think it'll be fine once it gets down. That's what I'm worried about, the aero. Yeah, I'll have to stitch faster, use more. That's why I'm worried about the aero, because the aero is going to be fatter. So we'll see how this one works. But on that note, I am going to go. I'm going to go and get something to eat and get a drink, and I'm going to carry on with this while I watch Suzanne's stream. So I will be in there. If you're free, then do join. I think half my arrow. I will half my arrow like that. Yeah, half a skein. I think it will be too fat, especially with the shorter lengths that you have been doing. They're going to be really fat. But it depends on the size of your box. It's just that it won't fit in my box. And I'm going to get the same box twice. I could get a bigger one, but like I said, they get bigger in the wrong direction. I have to make them back. So starting in 25. Okay, I'll stay on for a bit longer then. But if you think I don't have the A4 card with me, I have this piece of card here. Oops, sorry, I just knocked you. I have this piece of card here, which this is the same as the width of a A4, and then this is the length. So I've cut off maybe an inch or an inch and a half off the edge. So it's not much smaller than an A4 sheet of paper. I don't want anything really bigger than that. I can't believe that hole. I'm definitely taking that back. I have, haven't I? I've got loads done. I'm gonna have to make more labels. But yeah, with the arrow cut down, it's gonna be super fat. So, but then where am I gonna put my other half of the skein of arrow? Because at the minute I don't have any backup organization for my CXC, unless I put half on the Yogi's card and use that for storage, and then I don't have to get floss rails. That could work. That could really work. It looks great. Thank you, Suzanne. Did you get your webcam as well today? Oh, there's my stomach. That's what I would do with the arrow. Because then I don't have to get the rails, and I mean, they're not cheap, are they? And then I could use the leftover supplies for this. My plan is to put half on my Yogi card system. 5 till 10. Okay. Yeah, and then I can have that for storage only and have it I'll probably put it in one of the organza bags or something to keep it from getting dusty, or I could put it in like a better bag actually, because the dust will probably get through the organza. Yeah, that's a good idea actually from me. The other half on floss drops. Yeah, because then I don't have to get another rail system, and they're not cheap. And the other, so I have 2 of them IKEA boxes, and they go on top of my wardrobe, and they look very tidy, and I don't want anything else up there. So in one box there is the Royal Broderie rails, and then in the other box I have some cones of CXC. I have about 10 cones of CXC in random colours that I could get my hands on. The only ones I've actually used are the black, and the black is very good. And I use that in my Royal Broderie set as well because the coverage is really good. And some other colours. So I've got them in there, and I also have kits, any kits that I've kitted up. So like my fancy lady kits that I already have kitted up are in there. And my double backup of Royal Broderie in floss away bags on a ring. But I don't know whether it's excessive. I was asking in Suzanne's stream that I have my master set that I'm working from. I then have the rest of the skein on the floss rails. And then I have a full skein in floss away bags. Is that it too much, or is that what you are doing? Because I order from China, so I don't really like just going to Hobbycraft for a skein. So I don't want to run out of anything. But it feels like I have 3 sets. Is that a lot, or is that normal? Please. Nikki says no. It's not so too much, but then Leanne says, go, you have so many. I know, but it's not too much, Leanne. I hate running out of colour is my worst nightmare. And then if I do run out, I have to go to Hobbycraft and pay like £2 a skein or something. which I don't want to do. I think it's like £1. It was £1.50 the last time I bought one. Oh, done it again. Duplicate. I have my master set and all my extras in bags so I can replace if needed. So yeah. But I don't like having to put a full skein on my organizer. So that's why I have the rails. And to be fair, I did buy the rails to work from. But I just don't like it to work from. Oh, I don't know. It works the way it does. And then when my rail's empty, then I get a full skein from the backup bags. And then when once I've taken out the backup bag, then it gets ordered. That's how it's working at the minute. Yeah, because you're waiting forever. Like 2 weeks. Go by. Saying that, I can put... Oh my god. 781 is not colour anymore. Um, 782. 783. And then Suzanne says, I have all my extra skeins in a photo organizer. I posted. Yeah, I've seen that. I did used to have that. I decluttered it. It's too bulky for me. I had nowhere to put that thing. It's huge. But I like, now I wish I didn't. Because now I think, oh, that could work. But it was too big. I still have some of the boxes with, I put Kreinik in them. I put beads. So when I kit up a fancy lady, I have one of them photo boxes with the beads and speciality thread in it. But I did have it for my backup and I didn't really like it. I like the floss away bags. But instead of having one per bag, one colour per bag, which is what I've done in the past, now I've got like 5. Well, I do have 10, but it's too many. I'm going to reduce it. So 5 colours, because I only usually have one skein per colour. Unless it's like, there is some that have multiples, but I'm trying to not have multiples. So I have a little piece of paper in it that has the 5 colours on what's in it, and they're all in order. And then it's less bags because instead of just having one per bag, I've done it like that. And then when it's not in the bag, then I know it needs ordering and it goes on the list. That's the new system anyway. 3 yellows in a row. Yeah. So Lizzie, full that is. Mine is so full. That organizer. Yeah. So do you have all the colours in that? Or if you buy more, are you going to have room? Because the photo boxes are lovely. It's the box that they're in is huge. But it does work for splitting them up. But then you can only split them up into like 10. So you still have a bit of rifling to do. But not too much. And then Lizzie says, Ebony, I would love a master set, let alone 3 different ones, but I do not have the space. I love what you're doing here, Ebony. This is from Kamari. This is her idea. I just copied it. And Nikki says, my DMC backup is 4 photo boxes in floss away and snap bags. Yeah, so I had them in them boxes, but it took like, I had the fridge organizer boxes, the clear acrylic ones, and it took 2, 4, 6, about 8 of them. So now I just have them on a binding ring because I only reach for them when I'm refilling my reel. So I'm not that bothered about it. And then Suzanne says to Lizzie, it doesn't take much space considering what kitting up each project that takes up space. Yeah, so, oh, Suki, that's called Christmas. It's from Janet Stever and Pain Free Crafts, and my one's Christmas Carol Singers or something like that. Suzanne's doing the Polar Search one with the polar bear. There's a load of different ones in the same vein, in the same series. Yeah, Lizzie, I think space is always something that I have to consider. I don't like anything too bulky. I like to put things away. I know I sound like a broken record, but I really do like to put things away. So I don't have a lot, but I do think it takes up a lot less space than kitting up every project does for me, because that's what I used to do. And a lot less organizing. Like, you organize once and then it's done until like now I have to do it again because I'm changing the system. But once you've set up, you set up. The cardboard photo box is not like Suzanne's. Yeah. Suzanne's. Oh yeah, not the photo. Yeah, I know what you mean. Photo boxes. They're too wide for me because I can't get snapbags here. I've looked everywhere for them. You get them in the multi-pack in Costco, but you only get like 50 bags and you've got to get all the different sizes to get them. So I have to use the floss away bags. I've even looked on Amazon and I think people get them off eBay. So mine are the floss away bags. So they're too narrow for them photo boxes. It has big gaps. And then, but I like them cardboard photo boxes for other things. I used to put, like when I used to have a quilt in progress, I would put them in them boxes, and that's the nice designs and stuff. But I'd put them in them boxes and then stack them in my cupboard. Suzanne used to have them in the aero box they came in, but I have too much for it now, yeah. And was that just one box, like, because my CXC at the minute is just like 2 different like baggies with it just stuffed in, and it's annoying having to go through it all. You should see my apartment. To be fair, when I go to my sisters, right, I have 3 sisters and we're all so different. So one of them lives like she's in a bachelor pad. It's like she's only just got a sofa. It's just an empty, it's a man's place in my opinion. There's nothing in there. It's got stuff in there, but nothing, it's not got like what I would call the feminine touch of organization and stuff like that. It's very functional. Then we have my other sister. She has a lot of stuff, but is very organized. And then we have my other sister who has a lot of stuff and is not organized. And I think, and then there's me who doesn't now. I did used to have a lot of stuff. I used to be overspender. I used to be in debt and didn't really care about. I used to spend a lot of time organizing my stuff that I'd bought. Oh yeah, I will. I'm gonna go fishing back out my little bin. I can flip it. Nick is saying the little labels that I've done wrong. And my big sister, she's got ADHD, honestly. But hers is just, she's got so much stuff and it's just a mess. And I think you just get rid of the stuff, it's easy, but her brain doesn't work like that, and obviously mine doesn't work like hers, so it's easy to me, but it's not to her. Yes, I can flip them, Nikki. IKEA has them, check there. Oh yeah. Oh, I might have to, because the floss away bags are expensive. They're like $12.99 for 100, and I would need 5 for the aero. I stagger them in the box. Oh, like that. Good idea. Isn't it weird that like we just don't think, well, we don't all think of the same things. Like even flipping these. I was just gonna throw them away. And yeah, plastic shoe boxes are another good one. I've used them for all sorts. I used to, you need a Monica Geller in your life. I used to have like the industrial like shelves that you put in the cellar. I had them at the top of the cellar, and they used to have all clear boxes with all the supplies and stuff in, and then I would put a label on the front of each box with everything itemized that was in there. So whether it was like hemming tape, fabric glue, I don't know, these type of scissors, staple gun, every single item would have its own label. And then I would, when I was looking for something, I just looked at the labels, found what item I wanted, and I knew it was in that box. And that was when I had a lot of stuff. And I was pretty obsessive, I would say. And it was not, it wasn't healthy the way I was. And that's when I decided to declutter, because it was just too much. Too much. I have one of those in my bedroom for my sewing stuff, says Suzanne. And Suki says, my friend uses plastic bags for jewellery making instead of the floss away bags. It's cheaper, she says. Yeah, it is cheaper. I've just not been able to find the right size, Suki. The snack size are not a common size here. But I think I'm going to look in IKEA. They should have them. I'll probably look online first, and then if they've got them, I'll get Sam to take me when we get back. He'll be moaning. Because he'll think, oh, IKEA, that means... Because I used to buy furniture to hoard all my crap. So I was just buying things made me happy. And it got me into a lot of trouble and debt, and which I'm not in anymore, by the way. So yay for me. But I would then buy a unit because I feel like it would solve my problems. So I'd have too much stuff, and then I'd think, oh, I'll buy a cabinet, and then it was just a whole thing. Oh yeah, IKEA. Lizzie says, come back from a successful or unsuccessful shopping trip, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, that's true. And then you can get some Swedish meatballs. I don't like them. IKEA. When I say it, I just sound like the advert. IKEA. It's IKEA. If I said IKEA in front of any of my friends and family, they would look at me crazy. They'll say, why are you saying it like that? Just because they say it like that on the advert. IKEA have some great storage solutions. IKEA. It's the sauce. And the meatballs are so good. IKEA, I should remember that, but we're British. We say IKEA. I know that's how it's pronounced. That's why they say it on the advert. They're probably sick of people saying IKEA. I was like, let's clarify. It's like Hyundai, the car. We say Hyundai and always have. And then now they do an advert that says it's Hyundai. Hyundai. It's Hyundai. That's how you say it. No one says it like that. We still all say Hyundai. Hyundai. Correcting us. I don't like the meatballs or the. I don't eat anything in the canteen, but in IKEA, I don't like IKEA. You do as well, small town. IKEA, the wonderful everyday. Is that what it says? I've never been there. Oh, IKEA's so good. Well, I like it. It's just good. Okay. I'll get off in 5. We say Hyundai. Hyundai, really? That's close though, because it's Hyundai, I think, is how they say it. Yeah, I think it's like Japanese or something. And we do not. We say Hyundai. Very British. Hyundai. We say things like literally how it's written, like how you would. Do you know what I mean? How it's spelled. Americans say IKEA also. See, it's just the Swedish. It is theirs, I suppose. Oh, Korean. It could be. I'm just guessing. Hyundai is Korean, yeah. Korean. My bad. Hyundai. No. Hyundai. We say loads of things wrong. But we just say it like that. So then once you say it a certain way, you don't change it. An American living in Sweden, so I pronounce it Swedish since that's how it's pronounced. Yeah. Isn't it like Hyundai? I thought it was Hyundai. Hyundai. I don't know. I say it wrong anyway, so I'm not going to get it right. Hyundai. I think it's Hyundai. But we don't have that car anyway. We have a Ford. So I don't have to say it often. We say Adidas. Do you say Adidas? Hyundai. 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 Oh. I don't know. They even have an advert saying how to say it, and I still don't know. Yeah, we say it. Well, people in England say Adidas, but I say Adidas. Now I can't remember how I say things. It's like Nike as well. Some people say Nike. I say Nike. Most of England say Nike, I think. I don't. If someone said Nike, I'd say, why you say Nike? Do you know in Australia they call slot machines pokies? We call them slots or like fruit machines. We do not. We say Adidas the way you like you do, not the second word. You say Adidas too. Nike, long E. No, Adidas. No, no, no. Adidas. Adidas, and I think we do say that wrong. And Nike is Nike. I mean, Nike is Nike for me. Right, I am gonna go so that Suzanne so I can join Suzanne. I've been on for over 2 hours now, so yes, I've done quite a lot. I have done all of these. I'm up to 790s now. But if you're in Discord, I will definitely post a picture when it's done. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty packed like this and potentially a little bit rough to work with at first with it being tight, but I could always take wallets out, but then I probably won't because finding where it goes again is annoying. But that is my organising. This idea is from Kamari and her video is linked down below. No Discord for you, Leanne. I'll send you a picture on Instagram. And what's that? I've got like a little one next to something. Oh, you can start a poll and stuff in there. I didn't know. That's how you do it. Put a placekeeper where you take them out. I tried that with the floss cards. I hate it. I just hate it. I just always forget and then I'm rifling. But no problem. It's just while it's full. So maybe it'll work while it's full. But yes, I'm gonna go and get something to eat. Yes, the video of Kamari's is linked in the description box. And once this processes and uploads, I could tag her. It wouldn't let me tag her into a live stream. So But if you do end up giving this a go, then good luck. It takes a while, but it is hopefully going to be worth it. I hope you all have a lovely stitchy day, what's left of it, and I will see you on the next one. So yes, oh, and don't forget, Spinning Yarns Designs is going live, so come and join in and we will chat over there. But yes, I'll see you all later. Bye bye.